Okay, let's continue with lesson 4, putting methods in practice. Question 1 is, what do you think is the proper relationship between theory and practice for the novice language teacher? What I consider that a proper relationship between theory and practice is that at the very beginning, we focus on the language and they want to participate. But if I would have to make a planning lesson, what I would do is to have the material. No, the first thing is the material, and of course facilitates them with vocabulary that it's very useful for them, and vocabulary that they can remember. That this is true that I won't use my own language, no, for the translation, but you show them the picture and you show them what is it or what's the meaning. So, and after, showing the picture or in this on the screen, the words or the knowledge or the topic I'm working, they create the situations, or I just simply give situations to them and they put into practice, or they use this language using or working with the vocabulary they've got on the screen or on cards or on the book. No, this is what I consider. Okay, first. Question 2 is, can you master a teaching practice without understanding why it works? No, it is not possible. It's not possible because you need to practice and practice, and every time you are doing some activities, after you are realize what's wrong with this, or what can happen, or what could happen or have happened if I have or would have done this. No, sometimes you have a doubt about the methods that you are working. Okay, so it's really important to understand how it works. It's really, really important. Elena describes teaching as an active process. It is. It's an active process because every time, when you start the class or the lesson, every time they have to participate, as the teacher has to motivate them. Question 3 is, how would you describe language teachers? The language teaching, it encompasses the theory and the practice. Okay, the teacher focuses on developing the learners competence, the communicative competence. This is what the teacher should do. This is all what is for me the language teaching. Okay, developing the learner's communicative competences. Next, lifelong learning, and it's the last question that says, have you already noticed changes in your target language? New words, new spellings, new genres. For example, the internet has given rise a plethora of neologisms and new language practices. Yes, it's true that in the past I have studied many lexical terms, but with the use, you forgot some of them. Yeah, you try to remember synonyms of them, but I think, I have lots of vocabulary to improve my daily life. Okay, because also when you're doing your planning, your lesson planning, you try to use simple words, not to facilitate the work. Yeah, but it's something that I need to improve. Now use more lexical terms because it's a very useful form to remember or to learn or to memorize new vocabulary. Question 2 is, what parts of the target language have you yet to master? What I consider that I have to master is the language communication. It's the most important. Try to use the appropriate words, at the moment of explaining the lesson. This is one. What else I can master? Yeah, this is a lot. I need to practice a lot. When you know some languages and you have no one to practice with, it's so complicated. Because I know that I have uh, perfected my knowledge by acquire videos, estes areas in English, and it's easy for me because I understand what they're saying. But the moment of practicing the language, it's a really uh, issue at the moment I'm speaking, because sometimes the nervousness, sometimes when you're shy, yeah, you can do this. But this is something that I need to improve, and I hope in the future, be a better or master this target language. Thank you.